What's up, fellas? Alex here. I want to talk about looks today. Now, I've been on both sides of the spectrum for this. We'll go over my own personal history with this, because I'm not, your average 6 foot tall Chad with blowing, gushing hair, obviously. So we'll get into that. But there is something I've seen online, a lot of negativity, and it's unfortunate because I think there's some answers and some resolutions and some things you can fix. But a lot of comment sections of people just being very depressed because they're basically told online, if you are not like 6 feet tall as a dude, you can't get a girlfriend, or girls won't like you, or if you don't have money, women won't like you. I know that's not part of the video because that's not about looks, but or if you have no hair, women will not like you. And if you don't have XYZ, women will not like you. There's even like, let's say you don't have much muscle definition. I do. I've been working out for over almost close to 15 years. If you don't have muscle definition, you don't go to the gym, you can't get a girlfriend. And maybe you're just skinny, you can't get a girlfriend. I'm here to tell you guys, all of that is bullshit. I'm gonna tell you why, but there is to a degree, yes, of truth. I'm not black pilled, I'm not red pilled. What I like to call myself is, I am reality pilled. I am based in reality. Of course looks matter. People judge you every day. If you think you're not getting judged, you're an idiot. I'm sorry. You walk down the street, someone walks by you, they're judging you. It just happens every single day. Looks matter. All of this stuff matters. You're not even in dating, employment. Stats show that if you take care of yourself and you are looking healthy, and I will say also, if you're very tall, the stats show that you're more than likely going to be successful in life. It's just the way it is. And there's a lot of things in life that are the way it is that I'm not a huge fan of. But guess what? At the end of the day, these are things you cannot change. They're out of your control, and it is what it is. So you have to move on with your life and deal with it, right? Let's say you get a flat tire, deal with it. It's just the way it is. So for me, when I was younger in high school, first of all, also, I'm not tall. I'm 5'7", 5'8" on a good day. And in high school, I weighed close to 200 pounds. I was a little fat boy. I wasn't obese, but I was fat. Definitely didn't talk to girls or anything like that. And eventually when I turned 18, I was like, damn, I should do something about this. I think I saw like Thor in the movie theaters, the first Thor with Chris Hemsworth, and I always liked Natalie Portman. I was like, you know what? Maybe I should, change up my life a little bit here. So I didn't work out, but I just lost weight. I counted my calories and I lost 50 pounds. And the first thing I realized and learned after this is the fact that if you make changes to yourself and, are healthy, what I notice is that instead of people congratulating you, they will make fun of you. So that's the first thing I'm going to tell you guys. You might have heard stories about this. My cat is scratching the post. Stop, buddy. Stop. They will make fun of you. They will bully you to a degree. It's called the crabs in a bucket theory, where basically they're trying to tear you down for being successful with yourself when it comes to maybe like a wellness journey or a fitness journey, maybe with employment, whatever the case may be. People like to tear each other down. So that's a fact. That's something I learned. Me personally, what happened with me was, when I was heavier, people didn't say anything to me really about this, but I didn't lose my virginity till 18. I didn't really talk to girls, so what did people assume? They assumed I was like gay or in the closet because I lost weight. It was just the stupidest thing looking back at it too. I'm not going to get into like what those people look like now because that'd be mean, but it's funny how the tables have turned. But all I will say is that it's interesting how when you change your looks, you'll probably some people will be cool about it and congratulate you, but people will be snarky for sure. So over time, like I didn't really have much muscle mass at all. I was skinny. I wouldn't say skinny fat. I had very slight muscle tone from just like everyday stuff, like, you know, maybe moving things and things like that. So, but I did, you know, even with, you know, being short, have success with women even back then. But over time, you know, I wanted to go to the gym and hit the weights and all that, and I further increased my value with, you know, looks, you know, and gained some muscle mass. But then, you know, that comes at a cost. I was slowly over time, you know, losing my hair, so eventually I just shaved my head. So that takes a hit too. And, you know, there's people that are gonna be like, hey, you know, there's people out there, oh, if I shave my head, or oh, if I don't have hair, or oh, I'm not 6 feet tall, whatever, girls won't like me. That's not the case for me. I mean, I it's just one person's experience, but, you know, for me, I mean, I know that because I'm not 6 feet tall, it's going to limit the reality. It's going to limit my options for sure, but it doesn't mean the pool is empty. You know, you need to face reality, right? There comes a point in your life where you just accept like who you are and just who you are. Like, I'll never be the 6 feet tall guy. It's just not going to be me. I mean, I'm not probably going to end up with like a 10 out of 10 girl or a 9 out of 10. I have a good shot at an 8 out of 10, but I wouldn't say a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And, you know, it is what it is. And I think it's kind of sad when you see these comments of people online and they're so depressed, and all you really need to do, guys, is just lose some weight, and you will gain some facial gains, and, you know, people tend to notice that. And you don't even have to be like jacked. You just have to lose like 10 pounds. You know, it's really not that big of a deal. And groom yourself, you know, make sure I have facial hair, but I don't grow it out of to Narnia. Like, you gotta just, you know, also smell nice and just take care of yourself physically. And and make sure you wear clothes that fit you as well. That's another thing I noticed too when I was younger. When I started wearing clothes that fit me, because, you know, a lot of people, you know, wear really baggy clothes. But I wore clothes that weren't skin tight, but they, you know, fit my physique, especially in my 20s. You know, I have muscle mass. You know, it's, you know, I want clothes that fit me, not like Z's style and just go and look douchebag, but clothes that fit. People, I have learned, that will make fun of you for that, because they'll call you, you know, you're in the closet, or you're gay, or whatever, just because, you know, you wear clothes that fit your fucking body. Meanwhile, the funny thing is, women love that. You know, women love clothes that fit you. They love a man that takes care of themselves, because it shows as a sign that you are on your shit, basically. And other men maybe who don't understand that will try to tear you down for it. So just these little things will help you out. I from my experience also. But yes, looks matter. But there's other things involved too, like personality as well. Like, maybe you're just a dog shit person. You know, maybe all you care about is like valuable things, and all you care about is chasing money as a man, and all you care about is like, or you think, oh, I make $200K a year, women should bow to me. Like, if you have that mindset, looks don't fucking mean anything. We all know, like, we've watched those movies and those, you know, Disney movies and shit, where like the guy in the Titanic, remember the Titanic movie? Where the guy is like the Chad, and the girl doesn't want him, she wants fucking Leonardo DiCaprio, but the other guy's a fucking douchebag. So yeah, from a look standpoint, yeah, you might get in the door, but if you're a douchebag like the guy in the Titanic, those girls are not gonna want nothing to do with you. And these guys online who are like, oh yeah, be a douchebag and just like ignore women, that'll get them with you. Dude, that don't work. That's for another video, but this like dating advice that people give online is like the cringiest shit and does not work at all. They just want you to sign up for their fucking plans and give them money. It's all a grift. But I'm here to just say, I just want to give my 2 cents, because I think I have a unique perspective on this as someone who does not have hair, as someone who, you know, is on the shorter side. You know, I'm not like 5'2", you know, but I'm also not 6 feet tall. I'm like, you know, on the higher end of being short, but I have a friend who's a lot in a worse position than I am. But what I'm trying to say is, I don't know. For me personally, I've seen both sides. I just think it's unfortunate to see the comments from guys saying these crazy things, like, stop reading what you see online. Of course, you're going to have people say, oh, dating apps looks mean everything. Of course. You're in a catalog. It's like going on Amazon and trying to pick coffee pods. There's 100 choices. Of course, you're eventually going to pick something. But if you stand out, my advice, if you stand out, someone might select those coffee pods. You get what I'm saying? So, and also from my experience, I know people shit on dating apps, but for me, I still have success with dating apps, and I'm not 6 feet tall, so I just don't understand. It's kind of makes me sad in a way, reading these comments, because it's just these guys, you guys are putting way too much pressure on yourselves, man. If I was in my 20s again, or if I could tell myself, just relax, man. Just relax. People out there they're casting a fishing rod and hoping to get all of these bites, when all you got to do at the end of the day is get that fishing rod, cast it out there, crack a cold beer, and just chill and wait. That's all you gotta do, man. Last night I went out, had a date with someone very nice, and it went very, very well. And it's just, that's what kind of made me want to make this video, because it just made me think of people who maybe think they're just not worthy enough to find somebody or have a date or whatever, and they're online in YouTube comment section saying, oh, woe is me, I'm too ugly, or oh, I'm this, I'm that, I'm too short, I'm too, or maybe I have a mark on me that I don't like, or whatever. Good. Accept who you are and just be confident. I'm gonna say it. Be confident, bro. Yes, and take care of yourself in other ways, and you would be surprised. It's not that hard. I feel bad for them, and especially the youth, the younger people too, younger guys. Socialization skills is going real bad because of COVID, and because of how everything's online these days. It's gonna get worse, but I hope you guys make it out alive if you're struggling. But I'm just here to tell you it's really not that bad. I've seen both ends of the spectrum, and I will tell you that if you do improve yourself in certain ways, just be prepared. There's going to be people that are jealous of you, but you should always look out for yourself. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you put the hard work in, you will eventually see the rewards. So take care, guys.